Hey YouTube, Coppersan here, thanks for tuning in again. 9 months ago I created a video called Then vs Now, where we looked at how old MapleStory differs from the new one. We talked about party quests, classes, trading and whatnot. This video will be a continuation of that video, so let's dive right in. Skills used to be very simplistic in both visuals and mechanics. Back then skills are visually very minimalistic. Mobbing skills such as Avengers, Band of Thieves and Error Rain never really took away too much focus from your character, and even when 4th job was released most skills followed that same rule. While nowadays your 3rd job skills already explode most of the map. Personally, I think that skill animations have become a lot more beautiful over the years. It feels good to see so many cool effects happening. However, the amount of stuff happening in your screen can become quite distracting. Especially during boss fights, as you can barely see where your character is due to all the explosions happening. This was solved by being able to make your skills more transparent in the settings though, which definitely helps. Skills also have gotten a lot more complex over the years. With the introduction of the Iron class, combos were introduced, and Maple has been introducing new classes with new mechanics ever since. This gives a lot of classes their own feel and playstyle, so there should be something for everyone. From mechanical very straightforward classes such as the Corsair to the Cadena class, which is very combo heavy. MapleStory for the longest time used to be one main and one mule game. Players focused on one character since grinding took forever. So as soon as you figured out what class you liked, you usually stick to that for the longest of times. MapleStory nowadays pushes you more towards making as many classes as possible, with special link skills to give your character buffs depending on the character level of the class with the link skill. It is highly recommended to get these characters to a high level as well. Not to forget the Legion system, which offers buffs that are based on the character level and the character class as well. So having a lot of different high level characters is really beneficial. Thankfully trading became a lot easier, so it doesn't take 4 years to reach level 200 anymore like Fangblade did. Training is very different now than what it used to be back then. Sharing maps used to be very common as skills had a short range and it usually took a few hits to defeat monsters. There also used to be a lot of maps like those in Line Out Cast that would give out bonus EXP depending on the amount of party members that were in the map. Even though this is not super old school of course. Nowadays, most maps are grinded solo. Either if you have friends or pay people to HS or kitchen you, there might be someone in the map. But yeah, usually maps are not really shared anymore. If you enter a map where someone else is trading, you'll most likely be kindly asked to change channel. Characters move around a lot quicker than they did before, and with skills that reach larger portions of the map, sharing one just becomes too difficult. I thought this was an interesting one to include because things aren't actually so different from what they used to be. Sure, you won't need a full party anymore to take down bosses like Sakum, but you will need those parties for bosses like Lotus, Damium, Chaos Root Abyss, etc, etc. Entry did get restricted though, so usually there's only one party unlike the 12-man Sakum rooms you used to see. Similar to long ago, MapleStories have been trying to solo these bosses, from Chief Bandits blowing up Sakum with Meso Explosion to extremely funded classes now taking on some of the strongest bosses yet. One thing that did change is the boss mechanics. Bosses nowadays have either some form of stuff falling from the sky or like swords you have to dodge to chase you around, making bosses in my personal opinion more fun as it's better than just standing around and hitting the boss really hard. I already mentioned movement a little bit, but I think it deserves its own segment. With the evolution of skills also came the evolution of movement. Maples used to walk even slower and only the assassin class had flash jump and only mages could teleport. Actually mages were the only class that could teleport downwards and all the other classes had to take the stairs like some peasants. It was until jump down was added of course. Over time the movement speed kept increasing and all classes now have some form of flash jump in their first job. Right now it reached the point that mounts have become obsolete because everyone is faster on foot than with mounts. Poor guys. Many Maplers enjoyed exploring the Maple world back then and they still do now. The Maple world has gotten substantially bigger over time. In secret the Maple world was already pretty big years ago, however some of these maps were hidden. Pressing up on random bushes or climbing seemingly random ropes would teleport you to a new location for you to explore. The most famous example being Pig Beach and the hidden teleport in Hennessy's Town that would lead Maplers to the most fearsome boss, Mushmob. Today most hidden maps have been removed or it is either indicated where they are. Maplers no longer need to press up all the time in case they find a secret hidden map. but in my personal opinion it does take away some of the mystery of exploring new places. And our final topic, creating new characters. When you create a new character in old MapleStory, it was a real time investment. You had to roll a dice that would randomize your stats, and it would take quite some time for you just to get that perfect 4-4 roll to start off your adventure. Most classes had a sort of a generic starting area until the hero classes and dual bladers were released. Everyone would just follow the same story and just pick a different job instructor when they reach level 10. Nowadays, this is still the case for some classes, but most new classes have a special story, sort of a prologue, dedicated to them, and they're usually stuck there until like level 30. So if you're a story freak, then those classes would definitely be something for you. Me personally would rather spend 30 minutes on rolling a dice than go to 3 hours of prologue, questline and cutscenes. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe if you did. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.